Hello, everybody, and welcome to Church at Home with Rachel for Wednesday, the 5th, 6th, 8th of July. I am back. Sorry about the absence. When we were in Ottawa, we discovered I had to come back from Churchill, which is immediately after Ottawa, to come back and go back up north to Moose Lake to do a funeral, my first clergy funeral. And that for the Indigenous folks is a 3-day event, a Thursday, Friday, Saturday event, and then realizing I hadn't had a day off in over 30 days and had only slept in my own bed 7 days in the month of June, I decided to take Monday and Tuesday of this week off just to recuperate. And guess what? I slept. Rob's up at the camp getting ready for the intermediates. We had to cancel the junior camp because of flooding and bad weather in the Diocese of Brandon. Both of our leaders were unable to come to camp for junior. So we rolled the junior into intermediate, and all of the staff are up training and getting the camp ready. So we turned lemons into lemonade, and the camp is, as I speak, getting ready for the kids to show up next week. And Rob is up there as the medical officer. For those who are wondering, he did not get elected Bishop Ordinary, but that's okay. We're discovering so many things that God is calling him to do instead of that. And the woman, Jennifer Goss, and I cannot remember her last name now. She is remarried recently. She was widowed a couple of years ago, and her husband John is absolutely incredible. But Jen is going to make a phenomenal Bishop Ordinary, and it will be a blessing to have her in the House of Bishops with me. So all is well that ends well, as they say. I just wanted to touch base today about the need to sometimes step back. Sometimes we need to take a break. Sometimes we need to take a different perspective. And I have been having all kinds of opportunities since my last church of home at home to take that perspective, to have that opportunity to think differently about things and just to look at things differently. I was joking with my executive archdeacon Cheryl on our 8-hour drive home from Moose Lake on Saturday afternoon and evening and into the wee hours of the morning. And I said to her, sometimes I play free cell, but I write down which game I'm on because I'm a little OCD about this. I don't like to play games. I don't like to just or like, play a game whenever and then just, move on if I can't beat it. I like to win each game. And so I write down which game I'm on, and the ones that I can't win, write those down too and come back later. Because sometimes it's just having a different perspective, taking a breath, taking a look at something else, and being able to look again at what you're looking at from with almost a new pair of eyes. And this last couple of weeks, when I've been absent from church at home and everywhere it seems, I was north to the PAW for executive committee, and then I was off to Ottawa, and then back, and then off to Churchill, Manitoba, and then back and up to Moose Lake through via the PAW again, and then back home. I've had lots of time to see things differently, things that maybe I was taking for granted, things that maybe didn't make a lot of sense, things that I was worried about that I shouldn't be, and maybe even things that I should be worried about that I wasn't. And just being able to think differently about things makes a tremendous impact on the way we look at our world. One of the things that's even a silly little thing, but it's a different way of looking at the world is the way we wake up. When in Rob's home, he's a bit of a um, he likes the dark. He's like a troll. He would be okay if he heard me say that because he agrees. Um, but he doesn't like to open the window or open the drapes in our bedroom. Our bedroom faces the street. It's a weird setup of a house, but when the house was built, the owner it was built for the owner, and she had the master bedroom facing the street, and it's a glorious big room, and it has gorgeous bay window, and we keep the curtains drawn all the time. But guess what? Since Rob's gone to camp, I've been opening the drapes and looking out at the world every day. And Skunk likes to hop up on the bed and she sees the world from a different perspective. I didn't really think about that until the first day when I realized I came into the bedroom and she was sitting up on the bed, sitting like not she never lays down, she's always sitting on the bed looking out the window watching people go by. and realizing that sometimes we don't even see the things that are before us because we assume what they look like. I mean, those drapes are always closed. Sorry, I'm outside and Skunk is not is. I'm trying to balance my computer on my knee, and Skunk is nosing it with her head. Um, every day, I look out. I see that window with the lovely shades that we never draw or that we never open because that's the compromise of marriage. And there's other things that drive Rob nuts that I insist on. But when he's not here, I open the curtains, but open the curtains only seems to let in light. I don't allow myself to recognize what it shows me. And being able to open the curtains and see what I just sat down the other day with Skunk on the bed and try to put my head right beside her head and look at what she was looking at. And what we saw were a couple of hares. They're bigger than rabbits. I think they're hares that hang around in our neighborhood year round. Hares that she has chased when she's gotten loose off her leash. Hares that I have cursed because she's chasing them when she's gotten loose off her leash. And the hares were just sitting on the front lawn. And I know they couldn't see into the window to see Skunk, but they were sitting looking as if they were looking at Skunk. And she was sitting with her ears kind of quirked. Her ears, if you knew her, you'd know her ears do some weird things. They're never the same. Like they never stand up at the same time. One's falling over, but both her ears were corked in their weird way, and she's just watching them. She's not growling at them. She's just watching these hares. And it made me think about what does she see from her little worldview? What does my Skunk see when she looks out that window? And it reminded me that I need to look out more windows. I need to think about what do other people see? What is their perspective on life? There has been a whole lot in my diocese to pray about with forest fires at Lynn Lake and then flooding everywhere in the south of the Diocese of Brandon, including the potential for flooding in Brandon and Minnedosa, which is only half an hour from here. And there's a lot of people who are scared, a lot of people who are worried about what's going to happen. And so it's making me take a different perspective. It's making me think differently about what is the role of the church? What is the role of the bishop? What is the role of a praying person? And helping me not to take for granted that, sometimes rain is not a good thing. Lots of times it is. In Lynn Lake, it would be a beautiful thing, but it's not raining in Lynn Lake. Down here, it's raining a lot, and it needs to stop. Every one of us needs to take that fresh perspective, whether it's as silly as looking at a new game of Free Cell or looking at an old game of Free Cell and trying it again from a different mindset so that we can win the game, or sitting on the bed looking out the window and seeing the world as your dog sees it, or sitting at the bedside of someone who's dying and sharing with them those moments of peace or fear or worry or contentment as they look at the world around them. All of us need to take time to get a new perspective. Doesn't mean we have to keep that perspective. It doesn't mean it has to change our worldview. But sometimes just getting a different angle on things can shake things up, turn them around, bring us back to something, take us forward to something new. So as I head back to work, I'm just going to warn you, there won't be any church at homes for August because I will be on holidays. And this year I am going to honor that. But I am going to try to have church at homes available through July 31st. Even though I'll be at camp, leading teen camp, they won't be on Facebook or emailed out for those who get emails, but they will be on YouTube every day for if you're subscribed. But I am going to try to take this opportunity as I head back to work and focus on the things that I'm called to focus on before I go on holidays. That maybe I will take advantage of a new vantage point. And hopefully sometimes, most of the time, I'll remember to take advantage of the vantage point of prayer, that maybe I might see things the way God sees them, or at least the way God wants me to see them, because that will help me immensely, as I'm sure it would help all of us immensely if we were to be able to get a God's eye view on things. However you're heading into your day, I pray that you will take advantage of new vantage points, that you will open your eyes, close your eyes and open them and see things from a new angle. Look at things through the eyes of a child or an older person. Talk to your neighbor and ask their perspective. Look at the things you've looked at every day of your life, but look at them from a new angle, that maybe you'll see glory and truth and wonder and hope and peace and joy and perspective and future. Have a great day. God bless you. I'm glad to be back.